What is going on, guys? Breaking-ish news. For those of you who are already in your draft prep like me, you're following along and doing your evaluations, and you're following the news of the players and everybody that's going to declare for the draft. Well, there are 3 or 4 more days left in a player's ability to declare for the draft, and a big name has been holding out and hasn't declared for the NFL draft yet, and that name is CJ Stroud, quarterback out of The Ohio State University. Now, a lot of Jets fans are going to be like, why does this matter? We're not drafting a quarterback, especially a guy who's going to probably go 1 or 2 in this year's draft. How does this affect the Jets? We're going to go into that. But before we do, guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tigo. This is Talking Jets with Tigo. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. If you like the content, hit the like button. In the description are a bunch of links that you guys can click to be up to date with a bunch of different stuff with the channel. But let's hop in. Let's start talking CJ Stroud. So I am thoroughly in my quarterback, offensive lineman, just prospect evaluation period of my life with the draft. I love this stuff. This is what I love to do. I love evaluating the prospects, creating my lists, and doing all of that stuff. And one of the things that I noticed is that this quarterback class in this draft is absolutely abysmal. There is 1, 2, arguably 3 or 4 guys that could really be taken in the first round, and 3 of those guys are projects. The other guy doesn't have a massively high ceiling and has a bunch of question marks about durability and size and all of this stuff, and there are a bunch of teams in the top 10 of the draft order that need a quarterback. Well, the rumor is that the Ohio State is building a massive NIL deal to keep CJ Stroud back at school for 1 more year and delay his coming out for the NFL. And this would have massive implications for the New York Jets, not directly, but indirectly. How? Well, let's talk about it. When I was looking at the whole list of teams in the NFL, I counted 16 teams that are going to have a serious conversation and a serious evaluation of who they have under center. 16 teams. Now, that's not saying that we're going to see 16 teams with brand new quarterbacks under center next year. But there are 16 teams that are going to look at the quarterback position and see if there are better options out there. Those 16 teams are the Washington Commanders, the Detroit Lions, the Atlanta Falcons, the New Orleans Saints, the Carolina Panthers, the Seattle Seahawks, the Indianapolis Colts, the Houston Texans, the New York Jets, the New England Patriots, the Las Vegas Raiders, the New York Giants, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Tennessee Titans, the Miami Dolphins, and the Chicago Bears. They're all going to look internally, evaluate the guys that they have on their roster right now, and see, is there a better option? And all of these teams have problems at their quarterback room, whether it's durability, whether it's skill set, whether it's expiring contracts, so they're going to be free agents, whatever it is. They're going to have those conversations. And in this free agency class for quarterback, there's really only 3 or 4 guys that are worth anything at the quarterback position. And those 3 or 4 names, and I'm saying 3 or 4 because one guy is really like a trade candidate. And those 4 names are Tom Brady, Jimmy G, and Derek Carr. Those are the guys that you're going to be able to just pay money and go get. And then if you want to swing for the fences and trade a massive haul, Lamar Jackson. Well, if there are 16 teams that are possibly looking for quarterbacks, and there's only 4 quarterbacks that are really worth anything and that can take a team to the playoffs, what are you going to do? And with 4 of those teams were in the top 10 that I mentioned, we're probably expecting to get someone in the draft, and they just lost QB1 in my estimation because he's going back to school. This is a big, big deal because now this means that if the Bears decide to hold on to Justin Fields, the number 1 overall pick becomes a gold mine. The Bears can trade that away for an absolute haul, and it's going to be to whoever wants it. If Houston wants to get a quarterback, they're going to have to come up to 1 to go get a quarterback, because if you wait at 2, before it was Bryce Young and CJ Stroud, they were in tandem. Well, if CJ Stroud goes back to school, it's just Bryce Young that's worth a top 5, top 10 pick. Will Levis, he's a question mark. He needs time to develop at the next level. Anthony Richardson, same thing. He needs time to develop at the next level. If both of these, if If the things fall the way that it is, that means that more teams are going to be looking to free agency and veteran quarterback options to bring in a quarterback for their team. And there are a lot of attractive landing spots in free agency, only making the New York Jets' job harder to land a quarterback. Guys, I am getting more and more worried that these veteran quarterbacks might not come to New York and that we're going to end up in a situation with just another guy at the quarterback position. And we know how Woody Johnson is and how he likes to meddle. I'm starting to get worried. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. And last but not least, go Jets.